Gathas in praise of the Buddha Amitabha. Verse 2. Namah to the thought of taking refuge in and prostrating to that Western Buddha Amitabha. The first assembly of the Buddha Amitabha are Shravakas and Bodhisattvas whose number is measureless. Their spiritual penetration is skillful, wondrous, and cannot be calculated, and that is why I prostrate myself to that vast assembly. I vow to be reborn with the sentient beings in the land of peaceful happiness. Namah to the thought of taking refuge in and prostrating to that Western Buddha Amitabha. Peaceful and happy are the measureless Mahasattvas, who all shall in a single birth fill the Buddha's dwelling place. Governed by their root vows, those great oaths, they universally wish for the liberation of sentient beings. These ones are a jeweled forest, a heap of merits. Single-mindedly I salute them and prostrate myself. I vow to be reborn with the sentient beings in the land of peaceful happiness. Namah to the thought of taking refuge in and prostrating to that Western Buddha Amitabha. The Shravakas of the land of peace and happiness, they glow in radius as if a river of stars. The Bodhisattvas glow extended 4,000 li, as if the full autumn moon that reflects purple gold. They collect the treasury of the Buddha Dharma for sentient beings, and so I bow my head to that ocean of great thought. I vow to be reborn with the sentient beings in the land of peaceful happiness. Namah to the thought of taking refuge in and prostrating to that Western Buddha Amitabha. Furthermore, Avalokiteshvara and Mahastama were the very best in the assemblies. Their compassionate light brightly lit a chilakasam, attending to that Buddha on his left and right, displaying a spiritual deportment. Their liberation from conditions was not for a moment interrupted, as when the ocean and lake do not disappear. Thus is the great empathy of Mahastama. Single-mindedly I prostrate myself and bow my head. I vow to be reborn with the sentient beings in the land of peaceful happiness. Namah to the thought of taking refuge in and prostrating to that Western Buddha Amitabha. There are sentient beings born there who are peacefully happy, all endowed with the 32 marks, their wisdom fulfilling and entering the profound Dharma, reaching at last the sight of enlightenment, necessarily without impediments. According to fruition of faculties blessed and dull, they persevere. These two perseverances reach to the point of being inestimable. In their former lives, they were always masters of the 5 powers, and they arrive at the Buddha and not again at heretical or wicked destinations. He removes beings from the 5 periods of decay in other directions and reveals to them equally as the great Shakyamuni. Being born in the land of peaceful happiness and achieving its great blessing, this is why to this thought I prostrate myself. I vow to be reborn with the sentient beings in the land of peaceful happiness. Namah to the thought of taking refuge in and prostrating to that Western Buddha Amitabha. The Bodhisattvas of peaceful happiness receive the Buddha spirit and in a short time go in the 10 directions to innumerable Buddha worlds, paying homage and making offerings to the Tathagatas. Of flowers, incense, and musicians from mindfulness are shown, and jewel canopies, banners, and flags are produced at will. The jewels of that most extraordinary world are unnameable. The scattered flowers among the offerings are exceptionally precious. Magically made flower heaps glow brightly, and the incensed winds are unlimited. The flower heaps that are small are 400 li tall and reach a size that entirely covers a single world. Following the above, they next magically leave, the Bodhisattvas being completely contented. From empty space they celebrate heaven's happiness. musically praising virtue with song, spreading word of the Buddha's wisdom. Once they had listened to and received the Sutra Dharma offerings and had yet to consume them, they then returned to the excellent space. Their spiritual power is sovereign and unfathomable. Therefore I bow my head to these unsurpassed worthies.